Now let's talk about OpenAI and Sam Altman. If you haven't heard of them in the last 2 days, you've been living under a rock. This story is everywhere. OpenAI has sacked its CEO Sam Altman. The move has backfired, and how? Microsoft has hired Altman and he's poached his top team. All of this happened in the last 48 hours. It doesn't get more dramatic than this. So what exactly happened? And how will it impact the tech world? We'll break it down for you tonight and get you the inside story. First things first, what is OpenAI? It's the hottest Silicon Valley startup right now. Its value jumped from $29 billion this year. Currently, it's over $80 billion. And now this company is imploding. It is the organization behind ChatGPT, the most promising tech product in the last 1 year. This man led it, Sam Altman, co-founder, CEO, and of late a celebrity. Almost the face of the AI revolution. Last Friday, he was sacked from the company he founded. It was a bolt from the blue. No one saw it coming. His sacking was followed by mass exits. Investors panicked. 2 CEOs were named in 48 hours to replace him. And now the future of OpenAI is in jeopardy. So I come back to the question, what happened? For something as high-tech as AI, the story behind Altman's firing is as human as it gets. There was a rift. It led to a boardroom coup. Sam Altman had a falling out with his board of directors, 4 people in all. Ilya Sutskever, a chief scientist at OpenAI, Adam D'Angelo, the CEO of Quora, Tasha Macaulay, a technology entrepreneur, and Helen Toner, an academic. These were the board members. These are the board members. They sacked Sam Altman. But they don't hold any equity in the company, nor are they compensated. I know it sounds unusual. How can a board of directors with no financial interest wield so much power? Let me explain how. OpenAI is not structured like your usual corporation. It was started in 2015 as a non-profit. By 2018, they needed more money to build tools like ChatGPT, also to hire good talent. So they created a subsidiary, OpenAI Global LLC, a for-profit company, a subsidiary of OpenAI. And this subsidiary raised capital. Investors like Microsoft came on board. It also became a vehicle to attract talent. So this subsidiary brought in the money and it supported OpenAI's philanthropic vision. And this structure led to a divide. It caused all the drama over the weekend. The board felt that OpenAI was losing its way and that Sam Altman was losing focus. It was all about making money instead of tackling the risks posed by AI. They disagreed on the way forward. Reports say Altman wanted to create a new venture, a chip project, semiconductors that can run AI-based technologies. And he was meeting investors for this, planning to raise billions of dollars. Apparently, the board did not like it. There could have been some jealousy too.
Look, I think ultimately what ends up happening is that you start to have founders and CEOs that are bigger than the board, bigger than the company. And that's really what played out here in terms of with Altman, that became the face of AI global. And I think that's from the view of the White House to Wall Street to Silicon Valley.
They're yet to explain themselves. In the last 48 hours, the board has not said much, let alone explain their decision to sack Sam Altman. All they have said is this: Altman had not been, and I'm quoting, consistently candid in his communications. Well, the board's conduct doesn't scream candid either. They're facing a massive backlash. The dismissal was all hush-hush. The board did not tell anyone about it, not even the investors, and they're upset, the investors. They're upset. Like I said, Microsoft is a major investor. They put more than $10 billion in this company, OpenAI. Reports say the board blindsided Microsoft, and its CEO, Satya Nadella, was quote-unquote furious. After the sacking was announced, there was an outpouring of support for Sam Altman. From employees to investors, they all spoke up for him. The investors also tried to reinstate him. Altman shared this picture. He visited OpenAI offices as a guest. And here's what he said: "First and the last time I ever wear one of these." He was referring to his visitor's badge. So there were hectic negotiations. Sam Altman is said to have pushed for major changes to the board. Ultimately, they could not agree, and the drama took another turn. This afternoon, a new announcement was made. Microsoft has hired Sam Altman. He'll continue his work on AI, but with Microsoft now, and with a familiar research team, because many of his colleagues from OpenAI are jumping ship. They're joining Sam Altman at Microsoft. This list includes Greg Brockman. He was the president of OpenAI. Also, 3 senior researchers, all poached by Microsoft. What about OpenAI? They've appointed a new interim CEO again. First, the board elevated someone from within, Meera Murati, OpenAI's chief technology officer. She was named interim CEO. But she barely lasted a day on the job. Emmett Shear has now replaced Meera Murati. He co-founded Twitch, the video streaming platform. He's promising an investigation into the recent events. Meanwhile, on social media, there's a flood of posts, mostly from employees at OpenAI. They say OpenAI is nothing without its people. And Sam Altman has been sharing these posts, possibly hinting at more departures in the near future. In fact, an OpenAI letter is going viral. It is from employees of the company addressed to the board. OpenAI has about 700 employees. 500 of them, more than 500 of them, have signed this letter. And what does it say? They want the board to step down. Else, the employees have threatened to leave the company. 500 out of its 700 employees. So the ship called OpenAI could be sinking, and sinking fast. And while Sam Altman's ouster came as a shock, it's not the first of its kind. It's typical of the tech world's Game of Thrones, really. Many founders have been booted from the companies they built. The list of famous victims is long and notable, like Steve Jobs of Apple, Jack Dorsey of Twitter, Travis Kalanick of Uber, Jerry Yang of Yahoo, Mike Lazardis of BlackBerry. All these founders were sacked from their own companies. So while the world of technology continues to advance at a breakneck pace, what remains constant are the boardroom battles, the corporate power play, and the office politics. Even AI has not been able to crack this one.